This morning on Breakfast, viewers tuned in to presenters Charlie Stayt and Louise Minchin deliver today's news, with the breaking stories: MP David Davis' resignation as Brexit Secretary. During the business segment, journalist Sean Farrington was discussing the implications his resignation would have on UK businesses. Joining Sean was Tim Martin, the founder and chairman of the pub chain JD Wetherspoons, who backed the Leave campaign when Brexit was under vote. Speaking live from Exeter, Tim was asked his reaction to the resignation letter. He noted, "I think that Brexit started to go wrong when the Prime Minister offered Brussels £39 million, that's £600 for every single person in the UK without any strings attached. That showed desperation. The key element she could have controlled is to say we're not going to pay £200 million a week from the 30th April, and we're also going to scrap the tariffs which every single consumer and shopper and business pays in the UK on anything that's imported from outside the EU. And then scrap the fishing tariffs. These are things you can do without agreement." The Chequers agreement, even if David hadn't resigned, I don't think would have got us anywhere because it has to be agreed by the EU, and how does anyone know they're going to agree anything? It doesn't create certainty. The certainty you get is by making actions yourself in the areas you can control, sensible actions that will make the people of the UK better off than they are today, Tim added. Sean then asked Tim why he didn't agree with Michael Gove, who has also been a backer of Britain leaving the European Union. Tim explained, "For the reasons I said, it's going wrong." Michael Gove wasn't in a position, neither was Theresa May, to deliver what was agreed at Chequers anyway. They can deliver an elimination of tariffs and free fishing grounds and so on, so they should do what they can and then negotiate the areas they can control after. The problem with all this is that, rather than going for Brexit, what they're doing is going for a deal with the EU, and that's a flawed strategy. We don't need an agreement with the EU. It comes after MP David Davis resigned from government last night after he sent the Prime Minister a letter, explaining in great detail his reasons for leaving. In his resignation letter, David criticized the PM's Brexit plan, which was recently agreed by the cabinet just last Friday, saying it would leave Parliament with at best a weak negotiating position. However, in Theresa May's reply, she said, "I do not agree with your characterization of the policy we agreed at Cabinet on Friday." However, she said she was sorry he was leaving, but would like to thank you warmly for everything you have done to shape our departure from the EU. Junior Minister Steve Baker also quit shortly after David, and the Prime Minister is preparing to face MPs and peers later. The UK is due to leave the European Union on March 29, 2019, but the two sides have yet to agree how trade will work between the UK and the EU afterwards. She is also due to publish the Brexit White Paper, which sets out the plan agreed at the Chequers summit. Breakfast airs weekdays at 6 a.m. on 1. Now that David has resigned as Brexit Secretary, Theresa May must appoint a successor.